What's up, everybody? It's your man's KJ the Great, dropping another edition of All Sports Media TV. But first, I want to say, hope and pray everything is great your way. Now, we about to talk about some boxing news, and I know some of y'all know, y'all seen the thumbnail, so we're going to talk about it. Now, they got the date set, and I told you guys in my last video, I told you guys this was going to be the date. Some of y'all didn't believe me. Y'all like, oh no, 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 it's gonna be this date, it's gonna be that date. No, I told you guys. See, one fighter historically fights Cinco de Mayo weekend, and that is Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed super middleweight champion. He fights Cinco de Mayo weekend. He also fights Mexican Independence Day weekend in September. Now, let me adjust my stuff real quick. Um, the fighters we're talking about are Naoya Inoue, current undisputed super bantamweight champion. Y'all know how this guy is. Y'all know how he rolls. Man, 26 wins, no losses, no draws, with 23 wins by way of knockout. The man is number 2 pound for pound fighter in the world. Yes, I said number 2. He has to beat another pound for pound fighter to become number 1. All right. Y'all like, well, who's number 1? Well, obviously Terrence Crawford is number 1. He beat arguably the number 3 pound for pound fighter at the time in Errol Spence Jr. to be to solidify himself as number 1. He's now 40 wins, no losses, no draw, with 31 wins by way of knockout. Just saying. But it's no knock on Naoya Inoue. I believe this guy is great, and he's on his path, on his way to being an all-time great. But you got to get some of those pound for pound names, those big names up in there. You know what I'm saying? Nonetheless, he is scheduled to fight Luis Neri May 6th, Tokyo, Japan, at the Tokyo Dome. Luis Neri, 35 wins, 1 loss, no draw, with 27 wins by way of knockout. He's no slouch now. I told you guys he's no slouch. The last time we talked about it, oh yeah, he's a drug cheat. Hey, I'm not going to debate that. He got stopped by Brandon Figueroa, so he can be stopped. We know that. We know how smart of a fighter Naoya Inoue is. But what do you guys think at this point? Is there any wavering in your thoughts? Luis Neri said it plain and simple. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna do what um what's his name? Paul Butler. I'm gonna do what Stephen Coolboy Fulton. I'm gonna do what Marlon Tapales were supposed to do, which is stop and finish Naoya Inoue. You think that's gonna happen? I don't know. That's an uphill task for you, brother. But he's got 27 knockouts in 35 fights. So that's something that we can look at. I think this is of a lot of the lot of fighters that Inoue has fought. I say we can look at that and say, okay, cool. This is something we can look at, something we can probably put a little bit of stock into. Not much, because Luis Neri, he's not on anybody's pound for pound rankings, and he's not, one of those guys who can go up or down and pretty much you can say is the favorite against a lot of guys. So what do you think, man? I'm ecstatic that they got this fight on the same weekend, because we get Canelo Alvarez on the 4th, then we get Luis Neri and Inoue on the 6th. Um, the time zone difference is what kills me with Inoue's fights, man. I want him to fight somewhere outside of Japan for one time so I can be awake. No knock on the Japan fighters. I'm glad y'all get to see this guy live at the time zone, difference that y'all get to see him. But over here in the States, watching at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, sometimes it's hard, man. I remember when I watched him fight Nonito Donaire the second time. I was at work and I went to work. I went to the bathroom. I came back and the fight was over. I was like, damn, What happened? um, in his last fight, it was like when he fought Stephen Coolboy Fulton. I missed it, man. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning at this time, my time. And I was like, damn, I was supposed to get up. Slept through my alarm. Damn. Missed the fight. Had to watch it back. Like, damn. I watched it back. I was like, well, I probably would have valued my sleep more than watching that fight because Fulton didn't even let his hands go. He was in range. He didn't even let his hands go. I watched the Marlon Tapales fight. That was more entertaining than the Fulton fight. But ultimately, we knew what happened. And so, they released some of the what do you call it? The over under the favorite, non favorites, the money line, and of course, as expected, Naoya Inoue is a huge, huge favorite. I seen him as I think it was on somebody's. I seen he was at minus 2,400. Man, and they had Luis Neri at like a positive 1,200, meaning that guy ain't got a chance in their eyes. So I want to know what you guys think. Has any of you guys' opinions on this fight changed in the last month or so? Or do you still think this is going to be a 4 round wash? I seen some of you guys say this was going to be a 4 round wash. Yeah. Yeah. We never know. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. I thank you guys for tuning in. If you tuning in from around the world, be sure to share this with your people because we got a lot more interesting topics coming on tomorrow. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. As I will be doing my best to bring you guys the live stream of Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou. I believe they do their ring walks at 5:30 my time, which is Central Time. I don't know what the other time zones that'll be for. I think that's what like 3 o'clock Pacific time and 4 o'clock Eastern. So make sure you tune in. I got you guys. I'm bringing y'all that heat. Thank you. Peace.